It's graduation day. You would think that walking across the stage, a sense of rejoice and triumph would come over me, but I felt none of those things. I had looked down the barrel of a gun and asked for this one thing. I couldn't even beg for the life that I had inside of me. I was so ashamed. I felt so unworthy. And I realized I wasn't ready. I sometimes tell people that it was a trauma that ended the pregnancy, but the truth is it was a pill that I swallowed in front of strangers. I couldn't continue on in Houston. Life there just wasn't the same, and everything reminded me that I wasn't safe, and I definitely wasn't happy. I wanted to run, but up until that point, I had never run away from anything. I just convinced myself that I needed to start over fresh. I packed up all I could fill in my Camry, including the ultrasound picture from the clinic, my diploma, and the t-shirt that they tied me up in. I drove back to Chicago scared, but ready to start again. Woo! So, I'm sitting at a bar on Paseo Boricua, drinking a cheap drink in a hot, cheap polyester pantsuit, just trying to figure out how much more shit I can take. Then I start to hear drums. Not like a drum set or not like anything recorded, but something deeper, tangible. I asked Daniel where that drumming was coming from, and he told me that there was a Bomba class upstairs for women and children and that I could just go check it out. Now, growing up in Puerto Rico in Humboldt Park, I had always heard Bomba in the faint distance of the carnivals and seen all the little children do the same choreography to represent the culture and the folklore, but seeing them in that light always made me feel like they were just caricatures of what being Puerto Rican is supposed to be. But this sound, this beat, it was different. It was pure. With every pound of the drum, the rhythm began to resonate deep within me. I felt the drumming coming from the level above me, and it went all the way above me, all the way through to my feet, which without any control led me up the stairs. Da, dum, da, dum, da, dum, da. It was coming from these large barrel drums sitting between the legs of three women, pounding so hard that the devil could hear it. This rhythm was hypnotic and painful. It was like hearing a lullaby you only heard as a baby from a mother who had kissed you on the forehead and was waiting for you to return home to her. I had heard Bomba like a tourist hears brass bands play at Mardi Gras without really fully understanding the context. You see, every summer in Humboldt Park, our traditions fill the streets. Now you have the salsa blasting, pork grilling, fresh white linen t-shirts and straw hat traditions, and then you have the traditions that make the evening news. But somewhere in between the beauty and the chaos, you find a group of people going way back, further back, to evoke the essence of what being Boricua means. I'm talking about the music made 400 years ago when slaves were brought to our islands by Spaniards, who were met by Taínos and mixed blood by shedding it. Bomba was carried with the slaves and became a way of healing, a way of connection. Now, I don't know if it was the rum or the heat trapped in my pantsuit, but when I walked into this room, I could hear for the first time this music as if it were my song too. I closed my eyes and I saw the slaves that spent their Sundays singing about the music of a fury, a rebellion of the oppressed, on instruments made of tree trunks and goat skins and dried beans. I also saw women, beautiful black women dancing freely in their long skirts and their head wraps undone. The vision of my ancestors dancing to this music starts to strip away all of the rage and resentment I had inside me of living in the past and feeling like a victim. The music said to me, "You've been gone too long. You're home now. Let me heal you." With every pound of the bass and vibration that was sent through the air, it was sent through the tiling of the floor and ran to the very core of me and started filling the gaping holes with earth and started binding the cracks and splinters with roots, binding so tight and hugging me so hard that I could feel myself being pieced back together. As the girls began to move in unison, practicing their choreography, I saw a sea of skirts flying through the air, and let the air press my tear-drenched face. The tradition no one. But in this moment, I knew I needed Bomba in my life to become a whole person. See, I didn't know that I would end up taking so many classes. I didn't know that I would end up joining an all-female Bomba band and surrounding myself by some of the most beautiful and talented women I had ever met in my life. All I knew in this moment was that I found my healing through my heritage. See, Bomba is a conversation. It gives you a way of expressing all the emotions trapped inside of you and release it through song, percussion, and dance. And that's how, for me, the 400-year-old tradition represents the same thing now as it did back then. Freedom. Yeah.
You know,